Hey everybody, what's up? My name is Doug, and today I wanted to talk to you about something that I have been looking at for a little while now, and that is a Fanatics branded fitted cap. As you know, I'm a huge fan of the 5950 and fitted caps in general, so I wanted to check this out because the price is right. It's much less expensive than current 5950s, so I wanted to see if it was a viable alternative to those of us that love fitted caps. Now, the other thing about the one that I picked out was if you want an NHL team, any kind of NHL logo on a fitted cap, this appeared to be one of the few options, maybe the only options that you had in the past year or two. I ended up with a Winnipeg Jets fitted, and I would call it a light navy cap. But it's got the maple leaf and the jet in the circular logo on the front, which I thought was terrific, and I wanted to try this out. I would say that my first pass was that this is a solidly built fitted cap. The construction details are really strong. The embroidery up front is particularly crisp. I really like the metallic thread that was used in this Jets logo. Overall, it presents a really bold logo up on the front of the cap. Now, the Fanatics brand flag is appearing on the side. And then when you flip around to the rear, you see the NHL logo. It's a pretty decent size, and it's also embroidered flat instead of raised. And then last note on the exterior of the cap is that the visor feels pretty stout, and I'm anxious to see what the construction is like when I steam curve it, because I love the fiber and plastic blend that New Era uses in their fitted caps, and I want to see if this is similar because that stuff really holds its shape well over time. Now, when you flip to the interior of this cap, you'll find a very familiar layout. You see right away the branded seam tape, which culminates in the button in the center. There is a debossed logo in the center of that button, and this one, instead of being chrome or nickel plated, it is like a powder coated orange color, kind of a red orange color with that Fanatics logo in the center of it. I would say that the buckram up front in those front two panels with the logo applied is comparable to a New Era cap. It's suitably stiff to maintain that crown structure. And they've also fabricated it in the same way as a 5950, which is the embroidery takes place on those front two panels, and then it's covered by the buckram. So that's always nice. I don't like caps where the embroidery goes through the buckram because I find that to be an irritant to the forehead. Now, if you take a look at the sweatband, this is another item that is pretty comparable to a New Era. It's got a feel of some slight foam padding inside there. And the polyester fabric that contacts your skin is pretty similar to a New Era fitted. And then when you look at the labels in the back, it's nearly an identical layout to what you would get in a New Era. You've got the league, Fanatics manufacturer, and the size tags moving from left to right as you look at the sweatband. And then behind the center tag, you've got the manufacturing info, which can be folded out. And you'll notice pretty quickly this one originates in China. That's where it was manufactured. And these are 100% polyester caps. So everything was going really well, and then through this process of breaking it in, trying it on, I discovered one big drawback with the cap, and I'll tell you about that in a minute. Now, first off, I've been between a 7.5 and a 7 5/8 for some time now, so sometimes I'll go with one or the other, and we all know how fitted caps can vary from size to size and from cap to cap within the same size. Now, this one I went with a 7.5, figuring that I could stretch it pretty easily if needed. But what I got was a cap that was almost toward a 7 5/8 in terms of the fit. It fit right away, and when you curve the visor, you always get a little bit of extra room in that size, especially if your head shape is a little bit more elliptical or oval like mine is. But I knew this one was going to fit right away. It seems like I had plenty of room. So I did my normal process of putting in a bump cap insert and a hat jack. There's a link over my shoulder to a short video where I show you how to do this, my normal break-in procedure. In any case, I went through that, and when I curved the visor in that process, it became pretty clear that this is a very similar visor to what New Era uses. And again, I mentioned I love the New Era visor material because it's kind of that halfway point between cardboard and plastic that holds a shape very well. In contrast to the plastic visors that are popular with 47 brand and others, those require almost constant hand curving. After this process of steaming, shaping, curving, etc., this is where I started to notice some of the main drawbacks with this cap. I would say that when I had it on the jack with the bump cap insert, I could see right away that the two side panels had a little bit too much material in them because there were sort of lengthwise ripples that formed in those panels. And to me, it looked like there was a little bit too much fabric in the vertical dimension when those patterns were cut. Now, after I noticed that, I started to realize that maybe that was contributing to the crown height, which is something I discovered after trying this on and actually filming it. It was only when I watched the footage and started to get this video ready for editing that I noticed how tall the crown really was. Combining that with the fact that this 7.5 fit me right away with no stretching or curving of the visor required to give me extra room tells me that maybe these are just being fabricated a little bit too large. So here is this Winnipeg Jets cap on my head, just to give you a sense for how it looks, how it fits. And again, I would refer to this front-on view as where you really notice. Like if you just compare this to what I was just wearing in the video, my branded cap, you can see the big difference in the overall crown height. And again, I've got a little bit of room to get a finger on each side inside of the sweatband. And so I've curved the visor to pretty much where I want it. But I've got a little bit of excess room. And again, this was a 7.5, so this isn't even a 7 5/8. So what I saw as promising construction and quality in the cap is great, but the look of the cap is off from what I usually prefer in my fitted caps. Overall, construction, quality, price, all really good. And I would consider buying more, except for the fact that the size and the crown height was really strange. And I would probably have to go cautiously and maybe buy one more and try it just to see if this is a cap style that would work for me. So there you have it. Little bit of a mixed bag on this cap, but check it out if you're interested. And as usual, down below in the description, I have links to some of my classic videos where I teach you how to get the most out of the fitted caps, whether that be stretching, shrinking, shaping, or otherwise editing your caps and taking care of them. So check those out if you're interested. But other than that, as always, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.